side control. Alrighty, so last couple weeks we've been working on side control. Love side control as a position, definitely one of my favorites. But we do got to transition out of it a little bit to work on some other areas. So today we're going to work on popping up to knee on belly and some of the basics of that positionally and some of the basics of that if I want to stay in knee on belly and attack, right? So I'm here, I start, and I'm in just kind of that traditional side control. Let's just say for whatever reason I'm working here, I don't want to pass him out, but I don't want to stay in side control, right? Or let's say I need to move a little bit, I need to score some points, anything's possible, right? So boom, I'm here. First thing I'm going to look to do is get hip control. So my underhook arm is going to drop, and I'm going to pull the elbow back across his hips, and I'm going to cup his hip pocket with my elbow across that in the seatbelt position. My top hand is going to pull back, elbow to my hip, and I'm going to look to have my hand right on the cap of his collarbone. I'm not looking to grab his collarbone there on Rel, even though I do like to do that on Rel, because it's a real jerk thing to do. But I'm just looking to kind of cap here and cap on that hip. So I'm here and I'm here. Now, when I pop up to knee on belly, I have to decide the amount of control I want. So, your knee position determines your control. If my knee is straight across, I'm looking for just control. I'm not looking to really attack, I'm just looking to get to that position and secure. If my knee's pointed towards, 12 o'clock, towards his head, I'm just looking to cause pain and pressure. I'm pretty much a 45-degree guy. I'm going to look to drive it right across your solar plexus, keep good weight on you, but I'm also not looking to have my knee very easy to push off. So I'm here, I'm going to look to get my hands into place, and I'm going to pop up. So when I pop up, I'm looking to push up a little bit, and I'm looking to drag my knee. It should never break contact with his side. It should basically come over and up here. Now, when you do that, a couple details. I'm sitting back into Rel's legs because it relieves the pressure off Rel. You never do this in a competition. You keep all your weight on his chest at all times. Part of this is supposed to suck for him. Like when I'm here and I'm doing this for real, it is all suck all the time.
All fun.
You'll see me lean back like this to instruct so that Rel can still breathe at some point in this, right? Now, hand positioning. If you're in the pajamas, like Norm, because he's a nerd, doesn't like to do no-gi, boom, you can grab collar and that hip. If you're no-gi, I just like to keep my monkey paws, hip, cap of the shoulder. Now, like I said, if I'm way across here, it relieves a lot of that pressure off Rel, and I have really good balance and control here. But I don't really have a ton of great attacking options, and I have to move it to go ahead and do anything. But if I'm really pointing it here, sucks for Rel, but all he's got to do is push that hand. And I fall right off, right? That's why I said I like to kind of point it at his shoulder, because it gives good pressure across the solar plexus, a little bit across the ribs, but not so much that it's easy to push my knee across. So when I'm here, I'm working, I kind of like what's going on, boom, here. Other key important detail, especially as you move up the ranks. Your bottom ankle needs to be tight to his body. I don't care what position you're in, it has to be tight. If I leave it out, all Rel has to do is scoop it, and then it's into the leg lock game, and it's a foot race to the heel hook. You have to hide that ankle. Your outside foot, I want to keep it shoulder height, a little wider than shoulder width. So when I get here, I'm not looking to have it way posted out here. I'm not looking to have it right by his head. A little wider than my shoulder, right here. So that way when Rel goes to move and do things, I have a good base. I can keep that pressure and drive into him. But if he bucks into me, I can also move a little bit. Here, right? So this is a good knee on belly position. Questions on just that initial pop-up or any of the positioning secrets?
If your foot is out,
yeah.
How do you keep them from not going?
So, make sure I'm hearing you right. So they start to go there?
You didn't recommend it to me, not like this, you just pull it.
If they can just pull your leg out from under you, you're not basing your foot. Yeah, I mean, that might be part of it. But you've got to have a good base on your foot here. I mean, if I'm here and he starts to pull that here, that means he's open to cross. Like, you can't defend mount and pull my ankle across. You have dealer's choice, but that's one of them, right? So like I pop up here, Rel starts to move that there. I may also sit him up as an option. Other questions on just getting into that pop-up position and what we're going to do from there. Alrighty, now we're going to clean up our windshield wiper because god awful that how most of you look for doing that. So I'm here, boom, I'm in position. Like I said, I'm going to sit back into Rel so he can breathe. When I decide I'm going to go, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put both hands on the cap of his shoulder here. I'm going to drop my knee to the inside of my elbow here. I'm going to pick my heels up, windshield wiper motion, and take them across. The reason I'm saying windshield wiper motion, turn your head that way, boom. I'm here, my hands place, my knees go, they come up, and they windshield wipe. Across, I'm going to get private on the mat, go ahead and take your earrings out for me. You're late and have earrings on, it's great. But you're trying to post there to keep that pressure on. Knees go in, windshield wiper across. Your hand of the leg that is posted goes to the shoulder. Hand of the knee that's on the same side goes to that hip. Here. But when you go across, you should still feel balanced, and it should be really hard to buck you off if you do this well. If you have good shoulder pressure and have solid balance in this. Questions on popping up and then windshield wiper.
Before you do that, your opponent's body is just so thick that your foot can't really touch the ground.
You don't want it touching the ground on the knee on belly. Are you talking about this bottom foot touching here? I don't need it to touch it. I just need it tight to the body. So let's say Rel's fat. And he just finished this ugly fight, but let's say he was fat and my foot could, I don't need it to touch there. And actually it can't touch there for me to score. It's like if I'm here and this foot's on the mat, I technically don't score until I pull it out. So I'm just literally trying to hide it in his hip. Because what I'm trying to do is make it really hard for him to just scoop that ankle quickly. Because if he goes to scoop that ankle quickly, it's a little harder. Move across and do my turn defense. Right? So that's all you're trying to stop there. It's just that quick. Does that make sense? Other questions? Carolyn?
When you're popping up, how far forward do you want your chest to sit?
So I want my chest positioning to be just above this. So if I'm here, I'm not trying to way lean there. I'm not trying to be way back. I'm trying to keep kind of my center of gravity over him. Because right now, Rel's carrying all 190 pounds of sexy I am rolling, right?
It's a lot of sexy.
I sit back into his thighs a little bit to help. But if I sit back here, like let's say I did this in an actual match, it was like kind of being lazy, kind of sat back, really easy to bump me and go this way, right? I'm off balance, I'm not where I need to be. Let's say I'm way too committed forward, all he's got to do is bump his hips, and I'm this way.
You squeeze that one out of me. So we'll be good.
Sometimes I wonder why I don't shoot white belts.
That's a video too.
A lot of love.
Man.
But you don't want to have your weight way too far forward either because it gets real easy to bump you whichever direction you're leaning. That's also why I'm not leaning way far this way or leaning way far over to this leg. I'm literally keeping basically you're trying to surf him. Now when I'm being a jerk to the white belts, I will literally just put both knees on them and surf them.
And rap lyrics when you do it.
Yeah, it's real polite of me. But I'm trying to keep all my weight on him and make him carry me. You're not going to submit tough people from this. If you're a black belt and you tap to knee on belly, you should probably hand it back to whoever gave it to you. But if I'm surfing there and he's carrying all my weight, that makes him work, especially as you move up in rank. Your matches get longer. Right now, my shortest match I'm eligible for most of the time is 8 minutes. Most of them are 10 or no time limit matches. So you have to realize, if I'm making him carry me like this for 2-3 minutes at a time, really making him work.
Oh man.
I make him work here, that can really tire someone out, especially across the tournament series. Right? Other questions? So we're there, get your base set, pop up, get to your knee on belly, secure your base. So once you get here, partner, you're not looking to bump them off, you're just looking to make sure they're secure. So all you need to do is move around a little bit. Okay, I feel confident in where I'm at. Great, now he stops, I windshield wiper, He bumps around again. Great, and then we switch. Okay? That's how I want the drill to work. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so a couple things. One, reason I don't leave my hand behind Rel's head when I pop up, because I saw a couple of you kind of leaving this hand either scooped or kind of pulling at the underneath his neck. If I pop up here and I have this, remember the reverse arm lock we've all worked so hard on? That's what you just gave me. That reverse arm lock in a hurt. So you want to be careful about leaving that hand behind the head. That's why I'm saying cap the shoulder. Because if I'm here and he goes to start to go for that, it's a lot easier than if I'm here and he starts to really roll. That's a quick one that you can get trapped in. All right? So that's one you want to be very careful about, is kind of leaving that hand behind the head. That's why I'm saying cap it to the shoulder. Now, for me, one of the simplest attacks from this is just a shin-in armbar. But a lot of you are going to mess up a couple key details, so I want to make sure we hammer these home, right? So, I'm here, I go on Rel. Rel's naturally not going to like the fact I keep a good bit of weight on him. You'll see the two natural places he's going to look to put that hand there. And where's this hand going to go? Right there. Naturally, people will start to do this. Great, thank you. I really appreciate it. You put your hands right where I needed them to be. All we're going to look to do is attach the top of our foot to the back of his tricep here. So I'm here, I'm going to slide that up. Here. Now, I do not stand up here. When one of you stands up, just know I'm going to have to walk over and kick Mahu in the head. And I like Mahu, and I don't want to have to kick him in the head a bunch. So don't stand up in the middle of this arm bar, right? Here. All I'm looking to do, lean over. I like to kind of scoop the elbow just that little bit, if not the wrist. Depending on where they're at and how long they are, elbow or wrist, here. I'm going to step my foot over his head, here, fall back, pinch the knees, here. Now, if you do this properly, you don't have to fall back. You can actually finish this from top. So I'm here, I'm going to look to pressure in, elbow, slide up, here. Now, the reason that a lot of you are going to miss this is you're going to look to slide up and you're going to go. You're going to be like, Dustin, my arm bar is not working. Because you stood up and his elbow comes out of the crotch that way. I can probably get it from here. It's going to be real hard. So when I'm here, that knee slides up, here, tight. I stay on top, here. Now, for me, I'm not just stepping my foot here. I'm stepping my foot and opening his head while pinching my knee.
No questions, please.
Then you keep this right here, and if you need more enemies in there, you risk it. All right. Questions on this one?
I see your detail on your post hand.
Yep. So when I'm here, boom.
You're welcome.
I'm keeping here, looking to pull up. I'm really not worried about it. If it goes to the mat, I don't want to put it there intentionally, but I'm trying to drive that up, so it may end up there naturally.
You like to cut the head.
Yeah, I'm always going to trap the hip here, because think about it this way. I don't have body control otherwise. Because if I go here and he hitchhikers, there you go. Yay! Put on your special cap and we'll get there. But if I'm here, right, I don't have body control. So if he's smart, he points this thumb down and walks his feet that way. I have no way to stop it unless I cup those hips. That's why a lot of people don't like shin-in arm bars, is because they can get hitchhiked pretty quick if people see it coming. But if I'm here, I keep that post and I'm here. As I fall back, I just like to keep that hip kind of just protected here. I'm not, oh, did I scoop the top leg? Did I grab a bottom leg? Did I just keep a hip? I don't care. Block him from walking that way is the goal. So for me, it's just kind of keeping a good kind of hip pull here. Attaching to my chest. Yeah, I'm gonna fight Saturday. I think I'm a better.
You want me to brush today?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun, I promise.
Louder.
Are you doing like a kind of scissor motion with your feet to kind of plant them down?
So what I'm looking for here is, When I drive this bottom foot under, I'm looking to kind of keep that underneath the shoulder. And when I bring this top foot over, the bottom foot, I'm not really doing as much with, but this one, I'm trying to kind of drag his head back.
And you pinch your knees.
And I pinch those, always pinch your knees on an arm bar. Realize that if I widen my legs out here on an arm bar, right, it's tight, right, but it's not great. Now if I'm here, really quick, that's the difference in between a good arm bar and a great arm bar. Little details. Wrist locks. You know, evil shit. Other questions? So he pushes on that hip, pull the elbow up, slide that bottom knee to the armpit, step over the head, fall back towards his hips. So from the start, I'm here, don't like what Rel's up to, so I pop up. I'm here, I'm shaking, I'm moving, boom, here. Slow and careful with your friends. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm here, right? I pop up, I'm knee on belly. Rel doesn't like that, right? So boom, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna drive that knee pressure in. Rel naturally is gonna do what most people should. They're gonna look to post there, they're gonna bridge, and he's gonna look to drive this knee off with this hand. Boom, that's great. All we're gonna do is look for that underhook. So I'm here, I'm gonna bait this one a lot of the time. I'm gonna look to drive here and I'm gonna look to really push here because he's gonna go boom, there. I'm here, I scoop that arm up. Now, once we're here, this knee comes over and I sit right on his head, pinching my knees. Now, once you're here, your arm's in the wrong spot. I'm just like trying to keep this arm connected to my chest. Switch your hands. This hand comes back for the wrist. Grab your own wrist. Pull it to your chest. Look to the crowd. And then dive bomb to the far shoulder.
Oh God.
Rel felt a little panic there.
I did.
He wasn't sure he was going to be able to wipe his own butt for 6 months. So I'm here. Boom. The goal of this is I'm working here. I'm trying to make him push this knee because I'm trying to come here. Bop. Keeping all that weight on him once we get here. Now, once we're here, I'm looking to go elbow, elbow, and connect that to my chest. There's a lot of options of uncivilized things you can do here. Best one is just come back to that Kimura. Couple details though. 1, you still throttle that wrist. 2, you do not drag it close to his body. Even in no-gi, you can grab your own clothes. So when you're here, I'm trying to keep it up until it's behind his back. Yeah. Trying to bring it up and then down as you come across there. Really appreciates it.
Love it. No, none of y'all ask no questions.
Boom, I'm here. I'm driving, I'm working here. Boom, bop, snap. Right to that knee on pressure here. Because the nice part is, if you miss this, and let's just say you can't really get what you want out of this, boom, great. You can start taking the back, some of that backpack drill and some of those fun things. But the nice part is, if you're positioned properly, you can actually get to this pretty quickly. Now, one of the common things that people like to do here is they're going to try to lock their hands. Like if your legs aren't in position properly, they'll get their hands locked here. Now, couple options. 1, you can rip away. Bop. Away, lean back to that little bit, and then push there. Or, if you're a jerk and he grabs his arms here, boom, you step up,
Goddamn out.
and bounce him. Because I can, right? Now, other option here. If he locks his hands, upper belts only, step your leg over, bicep slice. Yeah. Ro's having a tougher day in the office here than he did Saturday.
Yes, I am.
Nice part is though, you're using that underhook in his natural motion, guys. He's trying to push this knee off. He wants you off of him. Boom, I'm using that to snap all the way around. Remember, wrist locks always. Because in life you need more enemies. Questions on that? Really detailed, intricate, slow-moving questions.
I see all the details on that one. Slowly, but with force.
the shake.
Yeah, the shake one.
How high can you pick them up?
How high is how dedicated they are to holding on to their wrist there. Because I will bounce JJ up and down, but he holds on. All right? But for real, questions on that?
If they start turning into you and trying to like wrestle for that single underneath you like Iranian,
Yeah.
is there another soap there?
Boom. Like if he starts to try to come that way,
In assuming he like, does get the lock.
like let's say he gets his hands there. Yeah.
Okay.
You can start going far side armbar. Real good day, B-Rel. He loves when James misses class.
I love it.
All right.
That's the angry message. Right.
Yeah, you can. The reason I don't like to swing to that far side armbar. Yeah. Options bar. Realize, guys, I'm showing you 3 techniques of a probably 30 move series if I actually sat down and wrote it down. But when I'm here, if he pushes that knee across and I really wanted to, there's other options. I'm just showing you the highest percentage moves that I use on a consistent basis. Because I'd rather you guys have really good, solid, fundamental jiu-jitsu than Instagram jiu-jitsu, like I see a lot of the times where they show a technique series and you're like, oh, if anyone thought about resisting at any point in that, it would work. Other questions? Huh? Professor YouTube. If you're going to be on YouTube, follow me on it, not anyone else. 1, 2, 3!